And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm John Trek, and this is my best pal.
John Holmes.
And we are guys, white guys with opinions, and we are going to
Oh,
talk them into
yeah.
the internet. That's the entire concept of every podcast, really. White guys with opinions, and we thought we would add a little bit more to that noise because that's who we are, baby.
White noise for white boys, buddy.
Hell yeah, I am. If you're watching the video version of this, if such a thing exists, I'm coming to you live from the bamboo forest where my body was discovered earlier today. I am a ghost. This is the first podcast hosted by a recently born ghost. Yes, ghosts are born when you are dead. So that's a
Life, death begins at conception.
exactly the conception of death. And John, I am here, and I'm here in Atlanta. Well, I don't know if I get to claim Atlanta. We are in the suburbs of Atlanta, but you know what? We're gonna say Atlanta because it sounds cooler.
Yeah, way cooler.
And you're in Chicago, yeah, based on your shirt.
Yeah, buddy, I'm ripping it up in the Big Apple, Windy City.
Yes, my favorite, city that never sleeps.
Yeah, the
Big
gateway
Easy.
to the West.
Motor City,
Mm-hmm.
City of Angels, my favorite town.
Yeah, dude.
Chicago.
Love it. Yeah. No, I'm in Cincinnati, OH, right?
IO.
I owe so much in student debt, right? From going to that stupid school.
Well, it is a state school, so if you went there, you probably didn't get too much debt unless you were from out of state, which that is a mistake that I actually made. I went to a state school my freshman year of
Oh,
college,
yeah.
different state, West Virginia, which is not a great choice. I mean, it's an okay school, but if you're going to go to a state school, go to the state that you're in, so that you're not spending $30,000 for mid-tier education at best.
Yeah,
I,
definitely.
I like to start dark, start with the fact that I am dead and the fact that I am in debt. That's what everyone likes to hear. That's what people have been tuning in for 17 years, and
Yeah, man.
they're going to
We've
continue
been
to.
we really get laid the groundwork for this podcasting thing back
Yeah, I mean,
17 years ago.
yeah, we invented podcasting before people were still on dial-up back when we were
Yeah, dude.
podcasting. We were just recording into my Talk Boy. You remember the Tiger Talk Boy from Home Alone 2, and just playing it on double speed. I would listen to it in my car. You would listen to it
I had a
in your
tape deck.
yeah, in the room, and we've been doing it ever since, and it's been gaining a huge following between the two of us.
Yeah.
So really,
Man,
really
I'm
excited,
so famous.
really
I'm
excited
just
to be
so
on the broadband internet and doing it up.
famous.
John,
The future is now.
we've known
Sorry.
each other for like 10 years, right? I don't
Yeah,
even know
dude.
when we met. 2011, it had to be, right?
2011.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
after I graduated college. Had you just moved here to Cincinnati? Or
Yeah.
there to Cincinnati, rather?
Yeah. I had gone to school in Chicago. And then I moved back, and then I had been home for like maybe a month or two, and decided to get back into stand up.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's been a best brohood ever since. Although
Hell yeah.
we talked to 3 days ago for the first time in about 4 months. So that's
Yeah,
about
I
as good
know,
as
right?
friends as we are.
Well, I try and text you. I'm not a big phone caller.
I'm not a big anything. I
Yeah.
prefer a phone call. I will not start the phone call though. If someone calls me, I'll talk to him for 3 hours, but
Oh, really?
I'm not going to be the one that does it. I don't stay in touch with anybody. Like literally, like my closest friends, I barely even talk to, which is, a healthy way to live your life, I think.
Yeah, burn them all.
Especially when you're not leaving your house or apartment. It's good to cut all ties. Forget to tell people happy birthday, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, man. Speaking of that, thank you. Oh,
Is
wait,
I
was
missed it,
that
didn't
your
I?
apology?
I don't live for apologies. I refuse to apologize actually, but I will admit that I've done something wrong, but I will not apologize for it.
Okay, okay.
I will say, there
You
will
will
be
admit that you're wrong, but it's still my fault.
in a way, yes,
Yeah, okay.
because you didn't call it out before it happened. Like if you want me to not forget, you better preempt it and make me feel bad.
Yeah, that's all I do to my friends. That's all I do to my friends. I just make them feel bad. Like,
You do that to me all the time, and it works because I already feel
no shit.
I already feel bad all the time. I think people post about this on Twitter, so I know it's relatable. But like how you think everyone's mad at you all the time, and I do. And then whenever time I text you, you affirm that you were mad at me all the time.
What was that thing what was that trick? I played that out on a lot of people. I got Chris Weir with this like 3 times. Another comic in the scene, Chris Weir, where I just go, "Hey, are we cool?" Like I thought, I don't know, you just seemed real mean to me the last time we met. I didn't know if I did anything, and they're like, "Oh God, no, I'm sorry. What happened?" And I was like, "I don't know. You were just like," and I would just go on with that, and then that was it. That was the whole joke, just making them think that they were mean to me.
I mean, just like top tier sociopath shit like that.
Yeah, dude.
You love to make people feel terrible. I like to make people cry.
Yes.
No, I actually don't. But on the occasion that I'm writing somebody like this never happens, but every once in a while, if I find myself writing someone a thank you letter or like happy birthday card,
Yeah.
this rarely happens. But when I do it, I find myself doing it. But I'm like, I'm gonna make this. I want them to cry when they read this.
Yes. See, that's exactly it. Whenever I give Sarah a gift, my wife, whenever I give my wife a gift, I'm like, I want this to. I've made her cry tons of times from gifts. I actually made Billy, our friend Billy, cry with his gift too. That was a pretty good one.
Like like me, you will write something that's really mean and like make them cry because it's so
Yes.
it cuts right to their core, right? Like that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. No, I my intention with gifts is to make you cry.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is similar to comedy where it's an involuntary response, so you want to elicit it. But in a good, like, I was joking about the mean stuff, but like I do try to like it. In some ways, it feels a little bit manipulative. Where I'm like, oh, if I say it like this, it's really gonna hit them in the heart, and they're gonna they're gonna bawl their eyes out.
Funny.
So then I sit in the other.
Sociopath.
I try to, if I'm with them when they're getting it, I'll try to hide in the other room and watch them open it. And then when they don't cry, I get really mad and start punching
I know,
walls
right?
and stuff.
Yeah, and then you gotta punch a wall.
I have a real anger issue.
Yeah.
And I can't get over it. One of my earliest memories, John. This was before I felt like I even really knew you, but I went to I was at not Baba Boudin's. It was RP McMurphy's.
Yes, RP.
For their music open mic. Just the absolute worst place you could ever imagine trying to do comedy.
That was the worst place. That's where I started back in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
because I just Googled open mics and there was one there, and I was like, all right.
Yeah,
so
let's do this.
I went there for like every day for like a couple months, every week for a couple months, and then I finally ran into you when you were like, "Hey, there are other shows."
Yeah, no, you've told me that story before. I haven't told you this before, but I remember I was there one day. Maybe this was the same day. I don't even remember. But I'm a crazy person. I'm in my head. I go to that open mic because I'm like, no other comics are gonna be here. I can just do a set at some point. And I see you, and Sarah must have been with you, or maybe it was just you, but like it was before I really knew you. It was before I even knew Weir. You were just talking about Weir, which made me think of this.
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck, that Chris Weir guy is here. He's gonna blow up my spot. And I was like not happy to see you. And I was like, oh man, there's another comic here. This is bullshit. And then of course, we talked probably at some point, and then I was happy about it. But I think that's a nice little glimpse into my psyche of my default is always negativity for whatever reason. I'm always like, this sucks. Why is the worst thing ever happening to me? And then I make a best friend probably that night.
Of course.
And that's all that I had prepared for this whole thing. So
that's it. Well, I've got good, because I've got a lot to unleash on you.
Let me have. Okay, all right. So you're drinking a Corona seltzer. What flavor is that?
Mango.
Oh baby, I got a light sky. I finally tried these out. I've been seeing them in the
Oh
store for
yeah,
so
Blue
long.
Moon.
Blue Moon Light
What is it?
Sky. It's
Is it a
like a
seltzer?
it's not a seltzer. I mean, they've been promoting it as like a light blue moon. It's not quite. It doesn't quite
Oh,
taste like a blue moon. They're growing on me. I've had about 6 of them already. And
hell yeah.
no, this is my first one of the
Tonight,
day. The first one of the night. I brought
day
3 out here
drinking.
because I know we're going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like
No.
leaving the room. Um,
So,
so there's
so
been
yeah, I mean, you were like, you were like the first guy to be like, hey, did you, like after I had seen you there before. I remember this, but after a couple ones, you were like, come on out to this other mic. And that was 10 years ago almost.
it's
I think
crazy to
it's
think
10.
about.
Yeah, dude. I yeah, 2011. I I I remember I still don't get I still remember the day I felt like I had met the entire scene and was like people like actually like talk to me. It was Mac Harden's RIP 21st birthday, July 11th, 2011.
July 11th, 2011. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
11, 11,
Uh
11.
yeah, it's a magical number.
I don't remember that. Maybe I wasn't there.
I thought you were.
Maybe. Um,
Uh but it was yeah, so like then I did a couple more shows and then got to after you told me about the mic at Baba Boudin's,
RIP
uh
again.
RIP again.
Everything we talk about is going to need an RIP at this point. You know,
Oh yeah, dude.
we've been
I mean
around.
you,
We've
me.
we stuck around. We stuck around the scene for too long for everything to not be an RIP at this point. You know.
Exactly.
Fortunately, no actual people. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um.
Yeah, and then yeah, that was so long ago. So long ago, dude. Why are we still doing this?
Because it's the only thing that keeps us going, John. I think. All right. So a lot of people. I think it took me a little while to get to this point, but like some people, I don't know. I heard that people were like quitting because of the quarantine and all the pandemic and
Yeah.
stuff. Which I mean, it makes sense that this shit takes a lot out of you, especially if you're actually like on the road constantly. Um, but like for me, it's like I said, it took a while, but I think it's made me realize that I can't stop. Like because when I finally did do shows back in August and September, like outside shit,
Yeah.
like it was a reminder, like, oh yeah, like you need you need this. If you don't do this, you're gonna
Yeah.
like feel terrible all the time. Like
Yeah, dude.
legitimately. And I, you know, it's been since October now that I've done a set. And I'm feeling it. I mean, like I'm not feeling creative in a lot of ways. That's part of why I was asking you if you wanted to do this, like just another
Yeah.
some kind of creative outlet, something to do, something an excuse to
Yeah,
hopefully
dude.
write bits and put them out there for you know 6 people to listen to, and that's all that matters. That's more people than come to host open mic. So who gives a shit?
Yeah, dude. It's crazy that we've been doing this for 17 years and only have 6 listeners. That
I
is
know.
kind
I mean, so far, but you know, that's just the people that I
of
was able
so
to.
far, right? It's
That's
been
just.
17 years, man. Come on.
But I mean, it took some dedication. I had to mail those cassette tapes out to 6 people every week. That's a lot of work, dude. Don't discredit me, okay? Don't try to
I'm
cut my legs
sorry.
out just as we're starting this new venture into the internet.
Representation matters. I forgot. I'm
It
sorry about
does. Thank you. I appreciate your apology. I will never do the same for you, but I appreciate your apology.
that. uh yeah, man.
I was gonna say something about comedy and then I forgot about it.
Oh yeah. No, I remember why I why I felt like embraced by the scene on that night. It was because we all decided that we hated a certain comic. And I
Oh.
was like, oh yeah, dude, that guy sucks. And
All
then
right.
they're all
Well, I'm
agree
not
with
remembering
me.
this, so I'm assuming that comic was me.
No. Yeah, it was definitely a man named John S. John S.
Oh,
German.
John S. Oh, I remember that guy.
Yeah,
That
that
guy
guy.
did die.
Yeah, man. R.I.P.
I take it back. Well, I'm sure I could assume who you're talking about, but this isn't that. But we're not Jeremy and Blake, just the Clip
Yeah, dude.
podcast. We don't call people out. Okay, we're the antithesis to that podcast.
Yeah. Uh yeah, man. So like you alluded to this earlier, but tomorrow is my birthday.
It's tomorrow. It's Sunday.
No, I'm sorry, Monday. Monday. What day is
Oh,
it?
good old Monday podcast.
Yeah, Monday. Monday
That's what I call
birthday.
birthdays now, is podcasts. You're
Podcast.
having
Yeah,
a
everyone's
podcast on
got one.
Monday? Nice. 35 years, huh? Cool.
35.
Congrats.
I'm feeling it, man.
So you were celebrating today?
Oh, I celebrated yesterday.
Well, you can
Real?
celebrate every day. You're a millennial. You're
Yes.
entitled your birth week.
I know, right? No, but I went way too hard last night. Just
Oh,
so many shots of everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Were you partying at home or were you being irresponsible?
I was coughing in a cop's face. I was being woke
Yes, thank you.
and
Thank you for your
irresponsible.
service.
Man, I coughed directly in a frontline worker's face. It was great. You can't tell me to wear a mask.
Well, you know what? That's the herd effect or whatever the fuck it is. You gotta spread it
That herd
around.
immunity.
Herd immunity, yeah. They've got it. I mean, they've been exposed to it and everything. Well, this is going to get deplatformed from YouTube immediately for just saying that, but that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling weird about this one, about this birthday. Normally, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. It's a birthday. But 35, I don't know, man. That's pretty old. Like I thought I would be dead by now, a long time ago.
So you're living on, borrowed
I'm
time? Is that
living
what
on
the phrase
borrowed
is?
time. I'm living on a borrowed time and hopefully a borrowed liver. Can someone grow me a liver or lend me a liver? Because Papa's ones.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that was the entire presidency of George W. Bush was preventing that from happening. So sorry for your luck,
Shit.
pal. No stem
Damn.
cells for you.
No stem cells, baby. I need them. I want to regrow. I want to grow another ear on like this forehead, and then.
Oh no! I mean, you've got one up on your shoulder, so I mean, you can't see it now.
Yeah.
You could see it before, up on the wall. So what are you got anything in store for your birthday? You're just not feeling good about it.
I mean, tomorrow I'm going out with Billy, DeVore, and we're gonna go to Mitten Fest.
Mitten Fest. What is that in Burlington,
I don't
Vermont?
know. It's like an excuse to get drunk in the park.
There's going to be a lot of people doing the Bernie thing. I think.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know what this is.
I've never heard of it. Maybe
No,
it's a new.
It's a new thing.
It's a COVID thing. They're like, let's make an excuse to go drink outside in February.
Yeah, no, but it's outside. It's all at Washington Park.
Yeah.
So it's going to be real cold.
And it coincides with John Holmes' birthday. I mean, that sounds perfect.
Man, it's like they were just looking out for me.
They knew.
Thank you.
It's kind of fucked up. They didn't recognize you.
I know, right? I should be the mayor of this Mitten Fest.
Yeah, the honorary, the guy. They'll give you a big key.
Yeah, the key to the city. Make it my day.
They'll give you a big AA token, maybe like a big honorary.
It's a giant token that I'm like, all right, this is a little on the nose.
Sorry, I feel like I keep talking over you, and I feel like none of that audio is going to get picked up, but I'll try to stop doing that. I have a bad habit of doing that.
Oh, you're fine, buddy.
Well, nice. That'll be fun. When so that's Sunday afternoon. Monday, you're probably gonna have to take.
I'm working.
Be hungover on the clock. That's the way to do it.
All right. Let me ask you this: Has someone have you ever heard a comedian's joke or like punchline or something that you took to like heart and you're just like,
A lot,
yeah,
especially
like
early.
I need to live my life like this.
Sometimes to that extent, sometimes like, oh yeah, no, that is an inherent truth. And I think in a lot of ways it is. I started listening to a lot of stand up when I was like 16, 17, 18 years old, like Carlin, Stanhope, like shit like that. Um, and that's there's some positives and there's some negatives, but I took a lot of that shit to heart. Um,
Yeah, dude.
so yes,
Uh,
absolutely. And Stanhope is the person that said something about being hungover
yeah,
on the clock.
yeah, if you're gonna feel like shit on the clock.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that is exactly how I'm gonna live my life. And
And
I
that's
listened to
genius.
that when I was like 13, and I'm just like, yep, I know how I'm gonna be.
Yep. That forever.
Yep.
You see, that's how the previous generations were with like religion and stuff. They're like,
I
yep,
know,
this
right?
forever. And we're like, how
Yeah.
about Doug Stanhope instead?
Yeah, dude.
Just degenerates for life.
I was like 13, 14. I heard that. I was just like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, why
I
would you
think.
ever not? Like if you're
Yeah, I know, right?
why would you call in sick? I want to be sick and get paid for it. I don't care if I feel
Yeah.
terrible.
I and it's everyone's just like, yeah, just being like, but you can't even be like, yeah, I'm a little sick today, because in COVID times they're just like, whoa,
Like, hey, go home. I'm like, I'm not going
yeah,
home.
yeah, I know, right? You just have to suffer silently, just sweating bullets and
I think they know what's up. They can smell it. They can smell that food
yeah,
you're
of course they
sweating.
can smell it. I'm not showering.
It's not like you stopped drinking. Like you might be
Yeah,
hungover, but you're hair of the dog and whatnot.
yeah, dude.
Keep it rolling.
Yeah,
You
I'm
did
like,
did you celebrate Mardi Gras? That was this week.
yeah, dude. I had what was the whole
Damn.
plane of fish?
You had a filet o fish?
I got a. I no, I did. I got Popeyes filet of fish on Wednesday.
Ooh, damn. I saw that commercial and I was like, give me some of that shit.
Yeah,
And I
dude.
didn't get
It
any of
was
that shit.
great.
I did
It
not
was
get any of
great.
that shit. Maybe next
You got,
Friday though, because
man, you got to go to Louisiana. You got to drive to Louisiana. That's the closest Popeyes, probably.
you're right. That's true. This place is dominated by Chick-fil-A. Popeyes is
Yeah.
not welcome.
Yeah, dude.
I think there is a little bit of truth to that because where we are in the suburbs, there's all kinds of every fast food, but I think they just got Popeyes like just now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they're overrun by it literally.
Chick-fil-A's
They got
everywhere.
Chick-fil-A's like McDonald's, you know.
Oh yeah, man. And I can't believe all those. I can't believe every single homeschool kid works at a Chick-fil-A. Did you know
Well, and
that?
all the kids are homeschooled now, so I mean
Yeah, that's
that
true.
more
That's
people
true.
that can work at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Look at what COVID's doing for Chick-fil-A, man.
It's great.
It's they're making so much money.
You know what
They're
Chick-fil-A
profiting off
you know what
COVID.
COVID says? My pleasure. Anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime, Chick-fil-A. We'll do it. We'll do it again for you. We got new
Yeah.
strains coming out. There's gonna be so many kids working here.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm feeling weird about turning 35. I think I'm getting too old and uh I don't know. I'm feeling old. You're only what, 24?
Yeah, I just turned 24, so
Yeah, okay. Yeah, last summer. I forgot.
no, 32. 32. That's a weird age to say that you are. It feels
I
weird to
know, right?
say. Because I feel like
Yeah.
I was excited to turn 30. I think a lot of some people are like freaked out or whatever. I was like excited. I was like, it's like a cool number. Feels like I can not. I just constantly feel like I'm 8 years old. I still feel that way. I feel like I've been
Yeah.
doing comedy for 11 years. That doesn't. I mean, that doesn't count like the first year where I wasn't doing it that much, or this past year, or like other years where let's be real, I phoned it in pretty hard. Wasn't hitting shows the way that I should have. But I've been at it on and off for 11 years, and I still feel like I just started. Whereas there's like people who've been doing it for 2 years who are like, I'm headlining this weekend. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, I know, right?
what's it like to have confidence? That sounds
I
nice.
know. That's what.
But I
started.
constantly feel like I'm like an infant. I'm like a newbie. I'm young. So like turning 30, I was like, cool, like 30, I can feel like an adult now. And to some extent I too. But now I'm like,
That's good.
I'm 32. I'm like, it just feels weird to say that. That feels like an age that I never thought that would apply to me. It's like an age of like a dad or some shit.
Yeah,
I'm like 32
exactly.
is a dad age.
Yeah,
I guess
35 is an old dad age.
And I guess
Old
14
dad.
is a dad age also, but like,
Yeah, man.
not,
Babies having babies.
that's right. The way it should be.
Representation matters.
Maybe that's the name of the podcast. Representation matters.
Yeah.
I did not celebrate. I did not celebrate Mardi Gras.
Oh no.
No. I wish that I did, but we did celebrate Ash Wednesday.
Oh, that's the best part of
It's the, I mean,
Mardi Gras.
yeah, I mean, the party's over and now it's
Yeah,
time. It's time
now
to
it's time
pretend.
to repent. Yeah.
Yeah. It's time to pretend that giving up cupcakes for 40 days is the same as being brutally murdered by the state, same thing.
Yeah. How about you give up? Yeah, brutally murdering your constituents.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't elected. The king of the Jews is not elected. He is appointed.
Okay. I was talking to the
Man.
oppressors.
Oh yeah. That's true. Yeah.
You should.
Dude, that's like Ted Cruz, bro.
Yeah, no shit. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, I'm saying that's a great joke. I totally missed it,
Yeah.
It's like the elected officials getting the mob worked up and say, go kill that guy.
Yeah, dude.
Get him.
Go attack them. I want to. So did Trump have how does that? You heard about after they didn't impeach him, Trump said, and then McConnell said all that shit about Trump, he should have been impeached or whatever. He was like he should go to jail or something.
He was just talking for 10 minutes about what a piece of shit he is and how everything he did about the insurrection was wrong and illegal.
Yeah. And it's
but we're not going to do anything about it.
But you just voted to not impeach him. And it's what you're such a piece of shit.
And it's just so blatant, and I mean, that ended up being what everyone's talking about, but it's I don't know, to me, the hypocrisy is the point, he's the whole thing is I am going to be an unrepentant piece of shit. I'm going to give you a reason to be yeah, he's right. And then still do the wrong thing because it benefits me and, my party. And that's it. So yeah, to me, the hypocrisy is the point. That's the entire reason he does anything.
Yeah. It's it's almost like if you're just proud of anything, you can be people will be oh, they're that guy. But it doesn't matter what you believe in, but if you could be I'm you could be a proud idiot, you know what I'm saying? And people will just be he's got some ideas. But I think you just have to be just completely a piece of shit to be in politics.
Yeah, I mean, morally bankrupt, and I think that's what's so frustrating about it, and I think it's why a lot of people check out, and why a lot of people are they don't want so many people who don't want to be engaged in politics, which I mean, arguably people should be very engaged in it, and shit wouldn't be as bad as they are if people were more engaged. But I'm always annoyed when I hear people say finally, I don't have to pay attention to who the people in the cabinet are. Finally, I don't have to worry about this. And part of me is but you fucking should. But at the same time, the level of frustration that because these people are all fucking sociopaths.
Yeah.
And I think the reason that it annoys me is because you do still need to care about who the cabinet is, because the Biden administration is every bit as insidious, if not more so, than the Trump administration, because they pretend like they're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. It's it's the same as them. Remember when the Democrats all took a kneel
With the kente
at the
cloths.
and yeah, and for BLM, and it's like, oh my god, that is the most like they think they're good people.
It's so tone deaf. It's so just
Yeah,
had
dude.
just no self-awareness whatsoever. They're like, this is what they're at. They're saying defund the police. What they really mean is some symbolic bullshit that's actually a little bit racist.
Yeah.
I would say not a little bit. It's full on like
Yeah,
total.
dude.
We're 100 millionaires and we are going
Yeah,
to
dude.
do this. And this is what they're asked. This is why people are getting brutalized by the police in the streets. So we'll do this.
Yes. Oh, they want to take away my power? No, but hey, fucking BLM guys, right?
That's
It's
the and I mean, it's so. I was talking to my girlfriend about this earlier the other day. Like, I'm like at the lowest level of motivation for thinking that shit's gonna be all right, which
yeah,
sounds so
man.
dark, but I try not to be too depressed about it because I'm privileged as fuck, and I'm gonna be just okay for the next couple of years at least until
Yeah.
until the system fully crumbles and it's Mad Max out there. And
Hell yeah. Can't wait.
but like for the biggest protests in the history of this country, I believe, like nationwide,
Oh yeah, dude.
crazy protests against the police, and for like the biggest result to be that the NFL put end racism on the back of everybody's helmets, and like
Yeah.
that seems to have I wouldn't say worked, but like shit's not still popping off that hard. And I know that it's wintertime and maybe shit'll come back
Yeah.
in the summertime. But the fact
No,
that
I
like
mean,
that not a lot of actual material changes were made
oh no,
is
nothing
pretty
was made.
fucking devastating. Cause you're like, if the most historic protests in the history of the country don't get shit done, then what does?
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be worse. I guess
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna have to be
guess.
worse.
Yes. We're gonna have to make it worse.
And like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, and with the whole all this shit about essential workers,
Oh yeah,
and
dude.
the fact that like grocery store employees um have not felt empowered to like just walk off the job, everybody en masse. Just the fact that we're so
Yeah.
deunionized across the board. Like, if that shit was ever gonna happen, it would have happened already, and it didn't. So it's like, fuck. Like, what is the thing that is like the step too far? Because putting people in harm's way without any sort of monetary
Yeah, dude.
increase, we'll give you $2 extra for a month, and then nothing,
I know,
then not
right?
anything. Um, so if that's not the catalyst for like systemic change from top to bottom, I don't know what will be. And it's like, not that I have really done I haven't done anything, I'm just sitting at home and sending my fucking emails for work, and being a keyboard warrior on Twitter for 2-3 likes, if it's gone viral, 2-3 likes.
Hell yeah.
um but it's very disheartening. So I need to find a way to like actually do something. I'm plugged in with different like socialist organizations, and there's opportunities for me to do something that's even just helping, even if it's just helping like 5 people, like doing mutual aid and shit like that.
Yeah.
um I feel like there's just has to be more focus on that kind of thing with anybody that's trying to like make a difference, because everything is so focused towards these damn elections. And it's understandable because it's like it can be fun, it's exhausting, but like it's a horse race, it's sports, it's like sports for fucking dorks.
Yeah, it
Like,
is.
and that's a problem. That's the
Yeah, you're all
entire
dorks. That's the problem.
I mean, that's the entire business model for corporate news.
Yeah,
Cable
man.
news is like, let's turn this in to a red versus blue, battle royale every single day. Everything is the most important thing ever. But actually nothing we talk about matters. Meanwhile, there's crazy other shit going on. So I feel like I just went on a total tangent and don't know where I am now.
Yeah,
Blacked out
dude,
a
you
little
blacked
bit.
out.
I'm somewhere else. I've been transported. I think some other ghosts have taken over my body, and I'm gonna stop talking now, at least for a minute,
All right.
because I gotta open this
Uh,
next drink.
hell yeah, pop the top.
Actually, no, I didn't finish this. I did this yesterday too. I thought I finished my drink because I had it for so long.
Uh-oh, nursing. Little baby nursing, nurse, nurse, nurse.
Respect those frontline workers, John.
All right. Do I? No, I cough in their face.
Did you guys do anything for Valentine's Day? We had so many big holidays, John. I feel
Big
like we just
holidays.
got to touch
Yeah,
base on all the
touch base.
holidays. That's what everyone
Let's touch
tunes in
tips right
for.
now. Touch tips. Yeah, no, I didn't. No, we don't celebrate Valentine's Day in this house.
That's good.
Yeah, I made that a rule.
Nice.
I was like,
We didn't really celebrate. We got some jelly beans from Trader Joe's. Wow. No,
hell yeah.
no, for Valentine's Day, I took my dog, just the two of us, and we went to a Confederate battleground, baby.
Did they win or lose that at that site?
All
I
right.
mean,
So here, that's exactly what I wanted to talk about, actually. It's very
yeah,
funny. So one, it's very strange to be because there's like a lot of trails through this park, and it's like, it was a battleground for, I forget what the battle was, but they were like literally fighting like 100 feet from each other in this spot.
yeah.
The Union and the other one. The Union and the Union Busters.
Yeah,
No, but it's funny because like I think it was a national park. The land is a national park, but some of the plaques were like state of Georgia. So I don't know what the disparity was there, but I found it very funny that there were a bunch of references about the fact that this is a battleground where the Union like charged an assault on the Confederate forces, and it was like a failed assault, basically, that like it didn't
oh
work out
yeah.
or whatever. And then there's other references to the fact that the result of the battle was that the Confederacy retreated. Is that your definition of a failed assault? Is you ran
Yeah.
away? Like, you guys lost, we're out of here. Like, you know how when you like when someone steps to you and then you run away, you're like, I won that fight. I got their ass. Like,
Yeah, man. I do that every day.
oh, but also like they punch you in the face like 6 times first, and then you're like, I got to get out of here. I won the fight. That's
Yeah, man.
just
It's
the amount of
just
the amount of
wild.
cognitive dissonance is just so insane. Like I feel like I've heard about that, about like the fact that there's some denial in the southern states
Oh
about
yeah.
about the war. Um, but seeing it in real life was kind of crazy because you're saying at the same time that you retreated and also that it was a failed assault. I guess technically it was a failed assault because the goal of the Union was to break through their lines. But I
Oh
mean, I don't
yeah.
know, if you take over the land that they were on, isn't that kind of the same thing? Like, you didn't get through, but like you took the land and then you won the war. So like,
Yeah, man.
I guess you got to take those little victories though, anything,
Yeah.
anything to remind yourself that you are on the right side of history, at least for a minute.
No, we fought. We were good. We won. We won. Whatever. Left.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's fine. Like they're pussies. They were going to give up. So we just let them have it.
Yeah, I know, right?
So that was very strange. And yeah, it's like, that seems like it was so long ago, but then you like look at the dates and like this was kind of the mind fuck. There was like a plaque from like 1903, which that was still a long time ago, but like 19, I was born then, 1989, like that's the same. I was
Yeah.
basically around that time. It was like the 50-year anniversary of this battle. I was like, holy shit, that's whoa. That like something about that fucked with my head.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, yeah, it was just yesterday, basically. And also there's like a bunch of ditches that both sides had like dug to like not, get shot in the head. And those are all like preserved in there. So that's kind of crazy too, to like see that shit.
Yeah, that's wild,
A bunch of people died here. There was a mass shooting on these grounds years
man.
ago.
Yeah. Why do? Well, are we gonna have plaques to remember school shootings?
I think there are those.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, but I mean, like national parks, make a school a national park.
National park, and it's like, and the entire thing is slanted towards like, well, the school shooter did kill himself, but the cops failed to kill him, so it was a big success. It was a big successful
Yeah.
successful campaign of shooting up the school.
Yeah, man. I
Oh
was
boy.
talking with this about this to a friend of mine about the fact that I remember as a like 90s kids. All right, do you remember the school shooting in Jonesboro, Arkansas?
No,
No, that was it was actually a precursor to Columbine.
there was one before Columbine.
Yeah, dude.
Man, I thought that was the OG.
No, Jonesboro, Arkansas. They had a school shooting, two or three kids, I think. They pulled a fire alarm and just picked people off as they came out with rifle. They like hidden. They like had rifles and
Damn.
shit, and just yeah.
It's no wonder
And
that they hid that one up. That seems like the way to do it. I mean,
yeah, I
Jesus,
know, right?
that seems effective.
Anyway, so that was like 97, I think. I think that was like 1997 because Columbine was like 98, right?
I think
Or
so. Yeah.
99. I can't remember now. Too many have happened. But we looked it up, and these kids were like 13 and 11 when they did.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. And we looked it up. They were actually out of jail now.
They're
I
out
think
of
one. I think
jail. They're
yeah.
alive.
I think yeah. They're all alive. I think one of them died in prison. Maybe I can't remember, but yeah, I think most of them are out of jail.
That is
Or
insane to think about.
I
School
know, right?
shooter out of jail. Um, are they repeat offenders?
Yeah. Are they like, man? You got what? What are you gonna do now?
Well, they
You gotta
have to
get
go.
that fixed.
They didn't graduate, so they got to go back to school. It's Billy Madison style.
It sounded like the worst thing, thought out process ever.
It's like,
We gotta send them back to school. Let's remake Back to School, but with them instead of Rodney Dangerfield. It's just
there's no other choice. How else are they gonna? They can't. We got to get
man.
them back in the schools. We
Let's
can't.
make that movie.
Let's do it. Oh my God. That is insane. I mean, I just always assume that a school shooter kills himself. But that's
Oh
probably
yeah,
not true. Most of them probably do, but like not all
yeah,
of them. Not those two.
yeah. Well, I mean, James Holmes, uh,
Oh
the
yeah.
Aurora theater shooter.
Yeah, that guy's alive.
He's alive. It's like in 30 years if he'll be let out of jail.
And they're not going to have movie theaters at that point, so they'll probably let him out.
Yeah, dude, they probably let him out.
Dude, I mean, I don't want to get too dark on this shit, but he did that how many years ago, and now the movie theaters are done.
Yeah, dude. Where's he gonna get his fix now? That's why I always said, like, before Manson died, like
Wait a minute. Marilyn
wait, isn't
Manson's
he
dead?
dead? Yeah, Marilyn Manson's canceled, buddy.
He's canceled. He's for sure canceled. No,
Uh
Chuck Mansion. I know who you're talking about.
Chucky oh, good old Chucky Fit Manson. Chuckles Manson.
The guy with that cool face tattoo.
Yeah, that guy that inspired so many face tattoos. Uh he it's like he was kept in prison, and it's like we're just let him out. There's no good acid anymore. What do you think? How is he gonna control people?
He's not gonna be able to trick people into doing this.
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
I don't know much about Manson. Did he actually do any of the dirty work, or he was just
No,
the inspiration?
he just trumped him up.
Dude, I was a little psycho as a kid. Like I was always encouraging people to do shit, and I would never do it. Like I would
Oh
always
yeah.
encourage. I mean, like a harmless prank. I would always tell my cousin to do it. I would always be like, dude, you should do that. You should do that shit. And then he would do it and get in trouble, and I would be fine. until he'd be like, John told me to do it. I'm like, hey, I didn't do it. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, no, that's when you lie and say, no, I didn't. No, I didn't.
But I mean, that's like some serious psycho shit. Like that's literally what like Hitler and Manson are, known for, telling people to do
Yeah,
shit and getting them to do it. Like there was a kid growing up. There was an annoying kid. We had a lot of kids on our street growing up, like the same age as me.
yeah,
So we were always hanging out outside, riding bikes, playing, and all this shit. And there was one kid who would always steal my big wheel out of the garage at my house. And he wouldn't, I mean, he'd just take it down to his house and be playing on it, but that's fucking annoying for a kid to do.
that is
So
fucking annoying.
we were mad at him. And one day he left his helmet, his like bike helmet, like in our yard or, somewhere. He left it. And I was like, you guys should break his helmet. And so like 5 kids in a circle are taking this helmet and slamming it on the pavement, just like breaking this helmet. I didn't touch it. I didn't
Yeah,
touch the
dude.
helmet, but I got them all to do it.
Hell
And of
yeah,
course
biggest rush.
I got in the most trouble because I told him to do it. I'm like, this is bullshit. I didn't even touch the damn helmet just because
Yeah.
just because I told him to break the helmet. That means I'm the bad guy. This is bullshit. But when I think back to that, I'm like, all right, something must have changed inside of me because like that's kind of a scary trajectory. I have to imagine my parents
Yeah,
were a
you
little
could
bit
have.
like, that kid's a little psycho. What the fuck's he doing?
Yeah, you could
He
have.
acts like a little sweetheart.
Yeah, you could have become a salesman, like a successful one.
I think about that sometimes because the company that I've worked for 10 years almost now, that's even crazier to think than how long I've been
Oh
doing
wow, you
comedy.
got your 10-year pin?
Almost. Um, but yeah, it's all sales. And I'm like, why am I wasting my time with this bullshit marketing job when I could be tricking people into giving me money?
Yes, exactly, John.
That's
You
all
gotta
sales
trick them.
is. Trick people.
I know, right?
Lie to them. Make them think you're their friend.
It's the best. Just
I
making people
think
think.
I think the reason that I can't do that is because like I can't even bring myself to like be supportive of other comics on social media. I'm like, that person got some shit. Fuck them. I'm not even gonna like that post.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't even really feel that way, but like that's the I feel like social media has trained my brain to act that way. It's like, fuck it, I don't care, just keep scrolling. And yeah, it's really bad, man. I definitely have some kind of addiction to social media, and it's not tied to like getting likes because I'm not getting those. People don't give
Yeah.
a shit about anything that I post. Um, but like there's something to the endless scroll and I can't get the fuck off of it, and it's like it makes my brain worse and I don't know how to
Is
stop.
it? Is it? I haven't seen that movie. What's that movie on Netflix about
The
the
social
social
effect,
dilemma or is social dilemma? What is it?
or maybe it's the social dilemma. It's either the social dilemma or the social effect. It's the dilemma.
Yeah. Have you seen that? I
I
have.
did. I watched it and immediately I was like, yep, that's fucked up, and get back to scroll. I think everybody,
Just back to the scroll.
yeah, it's fucked up.
Scrolling it.
They're really manipulating us. Oh, shit, that sucks.
Yeah, I know, right? Sucks to be us.
What else am I gonna do? Read a book? That's for nerds.
Yeah, man. What do you read? I read Twitter.
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 That's the only thing I remember from that show, but I mean, it's great. It's genius. Great
That's a
line.
great line.
What is that from? Derek?
Yeah,
Ricky
I think
Gervais?
so. With
Good shit.
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah. So Ash Wednesday
Yeah.
was Wednesday, and on Ash Wednesday, Catholics, they don't eat meat,
Uh-oh.
but they do eat eggs and fish, which are not meat. Those two things. I have always found. I mean, this is probably the most hack premise ever, but I feel like I've had the thought forever, and it's like it's funny because like when you're raised Catholic, you're like fish isn't meat.
Yeah.
Like literally, there are Catholics who think that fish is not meat. It's like,
I mean,
well then what is meat? Meat
meat
is
is just
is an animal. It's just an animal that you eat. But they're like, it's not meat. And then we had eggs for breakfast, which I thought was so funny because it's like, I mean, that literally is it's chicken.
yeah.
Egg is chicken, but
Chicken
before
butt.
it was, but it's pre meat.
Yeah.
Pre
You
meat.
know that's not true, right?
What?
That like not all eggs are fertilized.
But it's like a chicken I guess, you know what? That's a fair point. And
Yeah, I
I
mean
know
it's
you're
still coming. We're still you're going more vegan.
I know you're pro-choice, John, and you don't think
Yeah,
that
I'm
life
very
begins
pro-choice.
you don't think life begins until, they're 19 years old or whatever.
Yes, until you can. I've always said this. You can't. You can be aborted until you can defend your stance on abortion. I think that should be the law.
And if your stance is wrong, you can still be aborted.
Yeah, and if you're like, hey, yeah, I think I should be aborted, then you're like, all right, well,
Fair enough.
fair enough. Get to
Individual
work.
liberties.
Yeah.
Personal responsibility. You got
Yeah,
you stand
dude.
for that, we're taking you out.
Yeah. Uh no, what happened this week? Oh yeah. Nothing. Nothing happened. Everyone's cool. The country's winning.
Everything's great. I mean, Biden's
Everything's
president
great.
and
Yeah,
everything's good.
there's no people freezing to death in Texas.
And you know what? They deserve it because they're in a red state, like
Yeah,
maybe
man.
they should have voted blue no matter who.
Exactly.
It's their fault.
This is what happens when
That's what
you but did you hear about the fact that they privatized the electric power, or
Oh
they
yeah.
deregulated the electrical power or whatever,
Their entire electrical grid.
and now so people are getting slammed with like 2,000 or something obscene.
Yeah, people are like the company sent a warning. And by the way, the company is called Griddy, Griddy, like some cutesy app, some like dating
Really?
app.
Yeah.
But we're gonna charge you $10,000
Yeah, dude.
for turning on your lights. Yeah, so they sent some notification of like you got to stop using so much energy, otherwise we're bumping the prices up by like 10 times or whatever. And then yeah, I saw a tweet yesterday, somebody who's in Texas, they were like, turn off your auto pay for energy because I'm looking at my invoices and I'm already getting charged these crazy amounts. And yeah, it's insane.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
there can be so many blatant failures of capitalism. Like there's no other way to explain why this is
No.
happening other than capitalism. And
Yeah,
yet
dude.
you never hear anybody on the news media saying this is a failure of capitalism.
No.
And if the exact same thing is happening in Venezuela, they're
Oh,
saying this is because of socialism.
Yeah, dude. No, dude. It's complete bullshit.
The entire deck is rigged against human beings.
Yeah.
Unless you're one of maybe 1,000 humans, it's all fucking against you. So the concept of people being stands for like Joe Biden is like infuriating to me.
Yeah, I know,
It's like
right?
that motherfucker does not care about you. I know he seems
No.
like a folksy grandpa and like he's cute on camera, but like he's killing motherfuckers. He's already doing it. He didn't waste any
Yeah,
time.
dude.
And it's not just people you don't like. Because I know I know liberals seem to be all about that, with alluding to what I was just saying about they should have voted blue,
Yeah, dude. What
like just coming out of the
have you
woodwork.
ever heard that? Have you ever heard that Todd Berry bit where about Alabama?
Maybe.
It's real. It's really old. I think it's off his first album.
Okay.
But he's like people are like, what, like, oh, I heard you did a show in Alabama. What was that like? And he's like, mics. There was a microphone, chairs, table. And then they're like, oh no, what was it really like? And like he's like, yeah, I landed in Birmingham. Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan picked me up with an old mule. Like that, just that kind of stuff. And then at the end, he's like, is that what you wanted to hear, you fake liberal, you narrow-minded fake liberal fuck?
See, that's genius. And like, that is
That,
such,
yeah,
I mean, that still resonates now. Like literally, I mean,
exactly.
I like to think that I'm not just some fucking shit lib. But even myself moving to Georgia, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about moving to like a fucking backward ass state like Georgia.
Yeah,
Even if
yeah,
I'm going to Atlanta, and it's like, but then Georgia goes blue for whatever that means.
yeah,
It's something, but it's not, it's not what people kind of pretend that it is. Like it's some,
yeah,
monumental
yeah.
shift, but it's like Ohio's red as fuck and Georgia is blue now. So like I'm full
Yeah,
of
I know.
shit.
It just it balances
But
out.
but also, yeah, it is a very like it's a very typical like shithead liberal position of like, oh, all of the bad racist people are down there.
Yeah, I
It's
know,
like
right?
it's like, have you ever gone to a restaurant anywhere? Have you
Yeah,
seen the way people treat the wait staff in your neighborhood?
yeah,
Because
dude. At your
I
own
mean,
Charlie's.
I mean, Ohio is full of Confederate flags. Like
Oh yeah, dude.
it's not a South thing. It's an America thing.
Yeah,
Or
I've
just,
seen rebel flag T-shirts for sale in New Jersey. So it doesn't matter, dude.
it
Like,
has nothing to do with any,
it's like it doesn't matter. It like people just want to believe that shit.
and it's
It's
like
not.
a
It's
it's a
not.
rebel thing. Oh God,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
a
a
rebel,
rebel.
rebel rouser.
Rebel.
um, I made a note about privatization here because separate from that, like first of all, so in this neighborhood that we're in, like in Cincinnati, I didn't even think about this, but there's Rumpke and then there's City of Cincinnati garbage removal, which
Yeah,
that's already more than you need probably. But
yeah.
to whatever, I don't really think about it. I think it's based on the neighborhood that you're in. I don't think you even get a choice in the matter. Maybe you
No.
do. But here, I noticed it. I noticed it like the second week I was here. People take their garbage out on different days of the week, and I was like, "What? What is that about?" And you see on the garbage cans, there's these different garbage companies. There's like, I think there's 3 or 4 different garbage companies just in this neighborhood. So there's like garbage out almost every day of the week, and it's like, what a. I mean,
That's
that's just
wild.
to me, that's another example of like what, like the fact that capitalism does not create like the most efficient means to do anything.
No.
Like you're having 4 different truck drivers, 4 different people working on garbage in the same neighborhood and doing the exact same route, going in front of the exact same houses, but only picking up at different houses. And it's like it's insane to me. Like is there more than one company that picks up garbage and takes it to where the garbage goes?
I
Like
don't know, man.
that is so absurd to me.
Yeah.
Um, and then I don't know if you have a comments about that, but I thought that was just crazy. I don't have anything
Yeah, that's
funny
wild. I mean,
or
why would you? Yeah.
it's just
Is
so
it the same people or are they different
it's
companies?
different companies.
Okay, so it's well that creates jobs, buddy. Got to
I know
create
it.
jobs.
I was thinking about that. I was like, yeah, you're creating jobs. You're giving people, I mean, garbage pickup pays pretty well. It has to because turnover
Yeah,
is insane because it's the worst job you can imagine.
yeah.
But you could hire the same amount of people to just work for the same fucking
Yeah,
government
but that's
organization.
communism. That's communism, man.
Exactly. That's the way it should be. Um,
Yeah.
but everyone's fucking pissed off at the USPS right now.
Oh,
I
dude.
don't know if you've heard
Fuck
anyone
that.
go off about it, but it drives me up the fucking wall when people are
Oh
pissed
yeah, I
off
hate it
at
too.
the
I hate it too.
USPS. I,
I
I
work
think
in
I
a
would
warehouse. I ship things out like USPS,
yeah.
Postal Service every day. And the
How
fact that people are so upset about it.
so how is
People,
how is shipping with USPS been lately? Because I sent something from here to Cincinnati and it showed up in 2 days. Last weekend I sent something or 2 weekends ago.
yeah,
Which there's been crazy delays like around Christmas.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. That
but
was the
like,
worst. Well, it's like, why isn't Joe Biden trying to rebuild the USPS then?
well, exactly. So what I wanted to go off
Because,
about was I
yeah,
was talking to someone, it's someone that I work with, and we were just having like a conversation about some bullshit, and the USPS was brought up, and they were like, they were complaining about the amount, like how long it's taking. Like the USPS is taking, they're like, and I have no sympathy for they say UPS and FedEx can get stuff on time. I don't like USPS just can't do it because of all this bureaucratic nonsense.
no, oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
which is so, that's the shit that pisses me off so much.
Yeah, dude.
is that, I mean, literally, like it's working the way they want it to. Like the guy that runs the USPS right now, whatever that DeJoy or whatever the fuck his name is, and apparently like a whole board of people that are associated with the USPS that gave that guy his job. Apparently, that guy was not directly nominated by Trump. He nominated the board or whatever, and they chose this DeJoy guy. And his goal is to make the USPS so fucking frustrating
Oh yeah, dude.
nationwide that people turn on it. People have been turning on it for a long time, like some bullshit about how it hasn't been profitable for 10 years. It's like, it's a government program. It
Yeah.
is not supposed to be profitable. It's supposed to serve the public.
Yeah.
It is supposed to provide a basic service to the people that live in this country who pay taxes in this country in a way that works fine for them.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I've heard multiple people bitch about it. And it's like, well, yeah. And I did push back on that person that I work with. Was like, well, yeah, it's because they're intentionally underfunded. And that's why it's not working, because they're intentionally making it not work. But
Yeah.
like when I hear somebody talk, like complain about, like my mom complained about it the other day too, because she's sending me something. She's like, I'm saying I got to send it UPS because USPS is taking too long. I'm like, God damn it. Like it's working. And like you said, Joe Biden has not gotten rid of that guy. They could fire all those motherfuckers immediately, but they haven't done it.
No.
Same way they could have stopped putting kids in cages. They didn't stop doing that.
No, goddamn. Same way Flint still doesn't have clean drinking water.
Yeah.
Dude, it doesn't matter. People just don't want to deal with shit anymore.
Yeah, because they've been burnt out by the the Trump derangement syndrome, and there's plenty to be mad about with Trump. Obviously, he fucked a lot of shit up, but a lot of people were mad about the wrong kind of shit for a long time and like burnt themselves out because of that. Like just spent all day every day freaking out about Russia. It's like that's not the problem. There's a lot worse shit going on.
Yeah,
than,
dude.
some conspiracy about Russia rigging our elections. It's like, did Russia invent the Electoral College? Because that's why Trump won. And I didn't come out. That's something I've heard from somebody else, but it like that rings true. It's like Russia didn't. Was it Russia's fault that George W. Bush won too? Is that why he won?
Is it Russia's fault that Rush Limbaugh became so famous?
Yeah.
Thank God he's dead, right?
I mean,
give one up to the man upstairs. Thank you for killing him.
Listen, we can agree that he is in heaven. But I'm gonna have.
No, I was thanking God.
Oh, you're thanking
John. God for killing Rush Limbaugh and sending him to hell.
John, I just can't agree with you on this. He was a personal hero.
He was a person.
I grew up listening to him. I listen to him still.
Man.
I mean,
got him all on tape decks.
Yeah, I mean, people talk about transcendental meditation. That's how I do it. I'll put him on, and it just puts me at ease. I just relax. I'm like, oh, finally, someone speaking truth to power. No, I actually, I was telling you about this, but I'll tell it in the microphone. But I had a weird dream the other night that I was. I had a dream because I haven't been smoking weed very much, and that makes you dream a lot. Are you aware of that?
No, I'm not. I take antidepressants, so I don't remember dreams.
It's and they're vivid too. Like I forgot that I could have dreams. I was, for the past decade just smoking all the time, and you stop having dreams. I didn't have dreams. So when I stopped for a couple of days, I have very vivid dreams. I had a dream that I was in the back seat of the van with my parents, and for some reason I lit up a cigar. I don't smoke cigar. I'll enjoy a cigar like once a year or something on a nice night, and someone's got one. I'll have one. I feel like shit afterwards, but I'll have it.
Yeah.
So I had a dream about that. And then I wake up that morning and find out that Rush died. And I feel like that was the moment. It was the moment that I had that dream at the moment that he passed over. Like I was, I was listening to Ram Dass last week. He's he's a Buddhist guy, I think, or like a meditation guy. And he was talking about how there are, connections between our souls, and how soulmates find each other and something like that. And, I think that there was some spiritual bond there where as he crossed over the plane of existence, I was imagining myself enjoying one of his cigars with him in the back seat of my parents' van. And
Yeah,
just getting
man.
choked up thinking about it right now. So
Yeah, it's very alarming.
rest in power.
Rest in power.
That's my favorite thing to say about someone who's a piece of shit. Rest in power, patriot. Epstein, rest in power.
Yeah, dude. Never forget. That's my favorite thing to do is tell people never forget, but about things that are pretty. Man, why didn't that ever happen? Remember that?
9/11?
No, no.
I know what happened.
Oh,
It didn't.
It didn't happen. It's a conspiracy. No, the towers are still there, man. I was just in New York.
Does someone have a bit about that?
I don't know.
I feel like that sounds familiar. If not, I mean, that's so funny. But I swear I saw or heard that somewhere, and it was It's so funny, that idea. It's like, I just went. They're still there. You believe what's on TV, you idiot?
Oh my God, dude! I saw somebody post a video on Instagram about it was a TikTok or something. It was an instructional video showing that the snow isn't real in Texas.
Oh my God.
That it's fake snow. It's a Chinese hoax or something. And it's like, what the fuck?
It's like, motherfucker, Alex Jones lives there. You think he's not going to be on top of that shit? You fucking idiot.
Dude.
The king of conspiracy is there. So like,
Conspiracy king, baby.
Of course, he's been deplatformed, so maybe he has been talking about that, and we just don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't checked out Infowars this week.
No. I remember when I first heard about Alex Jones and like shit. And I started listening to some of them, and this was back in like
Bush years.
No, I don't think it was Bush years.
Before that or after?
No, it was like within 10 years ago. So probably 2010, 2011.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I remember it was around the time of the Boston bombing.
Oh shit. I haven't heard his take on that.
Oh dude, it was wild. Because what happened was then they sent this town on lockdown.
Yeah.
Because they found and he was like running around and they couldn't find him.
Right.
And so then he's just spouting off shit about like they stabbed him in the throat to keep him from talking. I'm like, well, that could be, that's believable. And then he's like, and he's and that's why the Jews wanted to. And I'm like, wait, no, now you're going way off the rails.
What?
Like, oh, he just went off the rails about some other bullshit conspiracy theory.
I've never heard him rail about Jews. I haven't.
Oh no, I'm not Jew. It wasn't Jews. I forget what it was. I don't want to discredit him.
Listen. I'm not going to defend Alex Jones per se, but
yeah,
I think a lot of people have a skewed perspective on him because of some of the more outrageous shit that he's done. But like, you know, my introduction to him, which again, I don't follow him or anything. I'm not saying this to win some points with some shit libs, but it's just the reality. I think I like when he goes on Rogan. I think it's funny. He says some shit. You're like, it's insane that you believe this and that people follow you because of it. But like my introduction to him was this was just a clip because like I said, I was big into Stanhope like in high school. And this clip was Alex Jones opens for Stanhope. And it's probably at whatever club is down there or some venue down in Austin. And Stanhope just had him go on before him. He's not doing comedy. He's not doing comedy. He's just ranting about George W. Bush and, you know, the military industrial complex and all this shit, because that's the thing that was his like bread and butter, was raging against the machine basically. And talking, and talking about like how, you know, how the American military empire is just abject evil, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And there are clips of him like screaming about Trump. Like, it's like, he's falling for it. He's doing what they said to do. Like when he bombed Syria for the first time, because he legit thinks that Trump is some like rabble rouser and he's like some outsider who's like breaking up the deep state or whatever.
Oh my God.
Which for me, that's the breaking point for me with that guy. Like the Sandy Hook shit is insane. Like it's fuck.
Yeah,
There's no excusing that. Like it's insane. And like he should get in trouble for that shit. But like for me, when he started being a big Trump stan, you're like, what happened, man? You were the guy that was against this shit. Like, can't you see?
Yeah.
He legitimately believes that Trump is in there to shake things up and like to like fuck over the establishment. It's like, I mean, he pretty blatantly did not do that. So like, what are you doing? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I honestly think they're kind of buddies. They talk and stuff. So I think the fact that he still had an inside line to Trump the whole time was part of why he like continued to buy into the idea that he was like against the system, because he was like, well, this guy's my friend. He wouldn't lie to me. Like,
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm not a big Alex Jones guy, but I do think he has some very funny moments. And the Trump that it's weird for someone who was such a truth teller about certain stuff, especially with the American military industrial complex, to be like a big Trump guy. Like, okay,
Yeah.
Trump perpetuated all that shit, but okay.
Dude. Trump, oh God. Can't talk about it right now, John Track. I'm gonna throw up if I do. I just really did not enjoy the Trump presidency. Unlike
White
all
man.
those people who did. Yeah,
what kind of white man? What kind of white man are you?
A very bad one. I've been bad, John Track.
No, it was a shitty time, man. It was a very frustrating time, both because of all the shitty stuff coming out of the administration and maybe even more. I'm always much more frustrated by liberals' lack of ability to do fucking anything about.
Oh God damn.
Because the Republicans are as bad as people talk about. Like Republican politicians are legitimately evil, and the Democrats let them be, and that's what's frustrating.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because you're not gonna change Chet. You're not going to hold Ted Cruz accountable. You're not going to hold Donald Trump accountable. You're not going to hold any of these motherfuckers accountable, because there's no reason for them to listen to you. Like their entire existence is a fuck you to liberals. Like that's their job. And to prop up their corporate interest. And Democrats' job for the most part is to let them do that.
Yeah.
There are some Democrats that will listen to the people and like shake that off. There's very few of them. People like AOC, Bernie, like those people, they actually like might listen to the people and do to a certain extent. But like that's why like I criticize people like Nancy Pelosi way more than I do Donald Trump, because she's the one that's supposed to be against him, and yet she votes for his shit. So like, why are you wasting all your time being enraged by the Republicans when that doesn't do anything?
No, man. We need to have more than just two parties.
Well,
we need to start having way more than just two parties.
There needs to be more than two parties. There needs to be no corporate PACs, no private money in elections. It needs to be all private. It needs to be all publicly funded.
Yeah.
But all the people who are responsible for making that happen are sucking on that teat. They're not going to give up that cash. Why would they?
Yeah, I know, right?
And like how long is it going to take to get enough Bernies and AOCs in Congress? Grassroots funded people to actually do it. Like, we don't have time. We don't have time for that. I don't know what the alternative is, but like that's going to take 50 years, and we could be dead from the climate apocalypse in 7. So like, it's bleak.
I don't know.
It's bleak.
Dude, I know why we need to start eating the rich.
I don't know. They don't eat very well, so I don't know if that would be like good meat.
Man, I just want to eat one. I'm hungry.
You know what? I think Cory Booker is a vegan, so I think he would probably be pretty good. You know,
Oh yeah.
I can't think of any other vegans because like any human that's eaten meat probably isn't going to taste very good. That's tainted. It's gross. You know.
I mean, are you
Can you?
just becoming like? Are you just against meat in this episode? Are you a vegan now? Oh shit.
I gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
fuck
fucking got me.
yeah. Classic Zoom freeze prank.
That was great.
That's my kind of improv, John.
That was beautiful.
No, but I'm trying to think like, are there any is there any meat that we,
Politicians you'd want to eat.
well, no, I'm thinking of, is there any meat that we eat that also eats meat? Like all of the, I think all the,
Yeah.
what? Cows eat grass, chickens eat
Gator.
grains. Gator. Fair enough. I've had gator bites a couple times, I think.
Gator, cows. Cows love eating meat.
That's true. Cows love burgers.
Yeah, man, they love steak.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
This might be this might be TMI, but like, all right. So for the majority of the quarantine period, living in Cincinnati, we stuck pretty good to like a vegetarian diet.
oh, really?
Eat
Oh,
eggs and
that's right.
stuff.
You are vegetarian. Or
And we would
Cajun.
eat, and like, especially if we would do carry out, like we would do meat. It's kind of like a treat, you know. That's kind of how we treated
Yeah.
it. Or so whatever. And as soon as we moved down here, we're eating meat a lot. Her parents make meat, and we're not going to turn it down. It's
Yeah.
meals. It's fine. Whatever. My farts are so fucking rank now. It's insane. Like when I was eating just mostly vegetarian shit, like couldn't smell my own farts, wasn't blowing up the apartment. Like neither of us was grossing each other out with our flatulence. Now that we're having meat pretty much every day,
Yeah, buddy. It's
fucking disgusting.
It's rank. Now you know how I feel.
I mean, listen, before the lockdown, I was still, you know, I've been eating meat my whole life. I enjoy it. I'm not going to pretend like I don't. I certainly have some moral hangups about it, both the idea of eating something that was alive and had feelings or whatever, but also because factory farming is such a heinous thing, and like
Oh yeah, dude.
they're chopping down the Amazon to put in cattle farms, to send meat to Asia, to package it up, to send it to the United States. Like capitalism, baby. What the fuck are we doing? But it's good. I'm not gonna pretend like it's not good. It's delicious. That's why we eat it. But I mean, to me, that says something, that my body is like, we're gonna make this horrific. We got these horrific smells building up inside of you, these gases that we don't have when you're just eating plant products. But now that you're eating all this dead flesh, now you smell like shit.
Yeah, dude. It's getting trapped in that colon.
And that's what colon cancer comes from. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have some big point about it, but I thought that was interesting because I'm like, I don't know.
You think that you just found out your shit stinks?
Yeah, my shit don't stink, John. That's my problem.
That's what you're
Now
trying to
it
say.
do.
You're
and
trying
I
to say
do not
because
like that.
you were when you were vegetarian, your shit didn't
My
stink.
shit did not
And-
stink.
and-
Roses
and now,
do not smell
I
like woo
eat
woo.
meat now, and my shit stinks.
No, but I do. I even before I ever even considered, eating less meat or whatever, I was always annoyed by people who like got mad about
Oh, yeah.
vegetarians. Like, it's like, is that
I don't get mad at them, but
is it a threat to you? Like, there's people who are like, oh, you think you're too good for it or whatever. It's like, no,
I don't
dumbass.
I don't
why does it matter so much to you what somebody else eats? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
It's like people, it's like a lot of people who eat meat for every meal. Cause when I was doing it a few years ago, like I would tell people at work, like, oh yeah, we're trying to eat less meat. They're like, I'm trying to eat more meat. It's like, okay, like, I guess, like, good for you. I don't know. It's like, it feels like telling people that they feel threatened by you somehow. Like they're like,
yeah.
oh, like,
Good. You're too good. You're
It's
too good now.
It's weird. The human psyche is a strange thing.
Yeah, dude. I mean, well, I think it's a lot of cultural impositions where people are just like if like you say you don't eat meat in India, they're not gonna look at you weird, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Because it's like a big
Uh
thing.
yeah. So I think it's just more it's just back to shitty American lifestyle.
America was raised on McDonald's, so
Yes.
if you try to shun McDonald's, you're fucking out, bro. You're canceled.
Yo, dude, you're canceled. Bye bye.
Speaking of which, I went to McDonald's 2 weeks ago and it was great, but
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
It was fine.
I don't think I've had McDonald's in a while.
Well, that's probably good. It's not good for us.
Oh,
They don't pay people a
I
living
already told
wage.
you. Yeah, I already told you I went to Popeyes. It's not like it's
Yeah,
fast
but
food.
but it like McDonald's is like I don't even know what to call McDonald's, but all their food is like it doesn't taste. It's not food. It's food that's not
No.
food. You know what I mean? Popeyes
Yeah.
is food. McDonald's is like food product.
Byproduct. Yeah.
That's a joke. It's one of Steve Martin's jokes is so funny to me that he says at
What?
McDonald's everything is made of the same thing. It's like fries, hamburger, $1.25.
I always
Even the
liked
money.
Bill Hicks' joke about Taco Bell. How would you like your beans, meat, and flour arranged? It's like I want this one to look like a taco. I want this one to be a burrito.
That's racist.
Yeah.
Bill Hicks is canceled.
Yeah, let's cancel him.
He's done. Him and Rush Limbaugh canceled.
Yeah, man. Remember when Rush Limbaugh won the Medal of Honor or whatever, the Medal of Freedom?
Yeah, remember when Joe Biden won it?
Yeah.
They
Such
both
a
cried.
Yeah.
They both cried.
Such
But only
a
one of the videos made me cry when I watched it.
What? Which
Rush
one?
Limbaugh one.
Oh yeah.
We've established that I'm a big Rush Limbaugh guy. I love Alex
I
Jones. I
know.
love Rush Limbaugh.
We all
I'm the
love.
word. I pretend to be woke on Facebook, but I am all in on this bullshit.
Bum rush the show. You know what I mean?
No, but I did cry at the Obama giving Biden that medal of whatever the fuck
Oh
back in
yeah.
the day.
Really?
Back before I knew what a piece of shit Joe Biden was, I bought into the caricature that the Onion and other things painted of him, of the
Oh
weird
yeah.
cool uncle or whatever, Uncle Joe. He's a
Yeah.
decent man.
Yeah,
Decent man that
that's how low we've gotten is where just hey, can you be decent?
can
Is
you
like, oh,
act
that's a step up.
can you act nice when you put, more black people in jail than ever in history?
Yeah, when you're still allowing privatization of prisons.
Yeah, can you be polite when you call Strom Thurmond like a decent man? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
that's my definition of decent. He makes me feel
Yeah.
okay. He's nice. He's like a grandpa. You don't ask what his opinions are. You let him be nice to you, and he seems all right.
Yeah, man. He's not a bumbling idiot. At
Well,
least on the outside.
as long as he's on his meds, he's not a bumbling idiot. Did you?
Yes. Gotta keep them meds.
I have one more thing on my list of things that I said I wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Should I
All right.
talk about it?
Let's bring it on.
I almost blacked out this week because I
Woo!
sat on my balls.
Hell
Whoa!
yeah. Whoa. Big ol' got some biggins.
White boy wasted, baby. No, it was your body betrays you sometimes in ways that like wakes you up. I just like my body goes into shock shockingly easy sometimes.
Oh yeah,
I'm afraid that it's going to happen in like a situation where I'm driving or something, and it's
yeah,
going to be the end. I got when I went to India a couple years ago, and I got a bunch of shots before that.
yeah.
Because I didn't know, I didn't have my vaccination record, so I didn't know what I've been vaccinated for. So
Yeah.
the doctor that I went through, they're like, "You need 7 shots right now." I'm like,
Jesus.
"Okay." Um, so they just did them all back to back. And
Oh
I'm
my
sitting in this
God.
chair, and by the third one, they like put a video on for me to watch, about like traveling abroad or whatever. And
I was hoping it would be Meet Joe Black.
Shallow Hal.
Yeah, dude. Sorry, we have Meet Joe Black and Shallow Hal.
Damn. Those seem like the movies that were the response to one another. You know how like
Yeah, I know, right?
Bug's Life and Ant came out at the same time? Because like the
Yeah.
two, I think that was, I don't know anything about Meet Joe Black, but that's when you say Meet Joe Black, I think Shallow Hal. So they must be somehow. So, but
Yeah.
anyways, probably by the second or third one, next thing I know, I'm feeling all warm. I'm waking up on the floor of the office.
Oh shit.
I like had a dream, that one day, my brothers and sisters, I woke up and she's like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" She's like, "I caught your head. You like fell." Like so my body, like I just kept getting, needles in my arm, and my body just
Oh,
passed out.
really?
I just passed out.
Damn.
And it wasn't even like in times in the past, you know how you like get the tunnel vision
Yeah, yeah.
and then you pass out, or you come back. There wasn't even the tunnel vision. It was just like all of a sudden I'm waking up. And that was like a mind fuck. So like the same
Damn.
thing. So not exactly the same, but it reminded like my body betraying me. I was laying, it was like 1 a.m. I had been looking at my phone for way too long. It was time to go to fucking bed. I was laying on a couch by myself. I sit up and squeeze one of my boys down underneath
Oh, one of your newts.
one of my swimming pools for the genetic
Yeah.
pond, the pool for the pond. I'm great at improv and riff. And it hurt. It hurt a lot.
Yeah.
I haven't had like pain down there since I got, slapped in the balls in grade school or something.
Yeah.
So it hurt a lot. Like, oh my God. So I didn't get up immediately. And then I started like my vision started going. I got really hot. My heart started racing. Oh, like
Oh my
my
gosh.
body legitimately thought I was about to die. So I just like laid back down and let it pass. But like I was like, why is that the response of is that the fight or flight response? Like if I'm
Yep.
gonna get into like an altercation with somebody, my body's just gonna be like,
you're just
over.
gone. You're out.
I don't understand. I do not understand. I guess maybe that would work. Like someone steps to you and like you just fall down. They're like,
Yeah, well, yeah, you already won the fight.
I guess I won, just like the Confederates.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Again, I don't have like a funny anecdote. It just happened.
No,
It
no, no,
freaked me
no, no.
out.
But no, yeah, my balls hurt all day. No,
You gotta.
do you still I'll just get like sharp pains in my balls every so often.
I think that's syphilis, John.
Oh man, god damn it.
I don't know anything about syphilis, but no, I don't have that.
You don't have that? Maybe, oh fuck. No. Maybe I should ask WebMD. No, like
Don't
it's like
ask WebMD. It's cancer. If you go on WebMD, it's
yeah,
cancer.
I knew it was cancer. I want it to be
I
cancer.
want it to be cancer. Those aren't testicles, John. That's cancer.
Yeah.
Those are tumors.
Those are tumors growing down there. Big ones. Big tumors. Yeah, I
Did
think
you
I should
did
go
you
see a doctor.
did you go down and do the show in Kentucky on Thursday?
No, this past Thursday, no, I didn't.
Well, shit. Sorry, I brought it
Yeah,
up.
well, I need some me time, to not bomb again.
Yeah, so like does going down to that show make you feel Better or worse when you do it?
Actually, a lot better. It's a very cool room. Very good, very good shit down there at the Laughing Post.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Because if
No,
it's not,
I just did. I'd done it 3 weeks in a row, and then the week before I featured there. So it's like for the past 4 weeks I've gone down to Lexington at least once every week.
yeah,
So I was like, ah,
maybe let it rest. Well, you got any bits you're working on that you wanna
no,
workshop?
I don't. I don't have anything because I'm not creative.
Same.
Yeah, dude. I've never been creative in my life, except that one time I told Heckler that I don't come down to where he works and knock the dick out of his mouth.
Oh shit! Can I take that? Can I use that?
No, man, that's mine. That's my signature bit.
All right. Fuck.
I encourage people to heckle me, and then I slam them down with that one that I wrote and thought up originally.
Hell yeah, dude. I love it. Well, I guess we can wrap this thing up. I don't know how long we've been talking. Probably about 90 minutes or so. I think
Yeah, about
I think that's a podcast length. Have you ever
yeah.
listened to a podcast, John?
Yes, but I have to be on it.
Oh, oh, we got an extra listener, baby.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yes. All right. Well, you specifically rate and review us on iTunes, and
Yeah, I
like,
will.
is this on YouTube? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But throw it a like or whatever. Share it with someone. You know what? Actually, let's not share this one. I think we got to get
No.
into a groove first.
Yeah,
If you
dude.
enjoy it, keep it to yourself. Um, but definitely throw it a like and a review and all that shit. You can follow me at Wells Fago on Twitter. Yeah, follow me on Twitter. That's the place to do it. John, where can people check you out?
On all platforms at John Holmes Lives.
John Holmes Lives. I love that. Maybe we'll plug this in at the beginning so people who are watching. I mean, let's be real. If people found this, they know where to find us.
Yeah.
This
If
feels
people are
so.
listening, they also have my phone number.
If people are listening, they also do stand-up comedy in Cincinnati, Ohio,
Yeah.
or have at least once.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, happy birthday to you, pal, and
Thank you, man.
and thanks y'all for listening. Thank you. Who are you certain will listen to this, John? Give them a
My
shout
mother.
out.
My mother. I'm sending her a tape of this right now.
Thank you, Ms. Holmes.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess I'm like now I'm questioning
I
it.
don't know. I call her mom, so I don't really
Thank
know
you,
how much.
thank you, Mom Holmes Lives. We
Yeah.
appreciate your support. Hit us up on Patreon. We're not on there, but hit us up anyways.
Yeah,
Might
I
as well.
also like free money.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, this is how the show ends, folks. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye bye.